Good afternoon and greetings from the World Health Organization on the occasion of the World Hearing Day 2023. Today, I'd like you to join me on a short journey, a journey into the future. The year 2050. Let's go into the year 2050. 2050, by this year, it is anticipated that there will be nearly 10 billion people living on Earth, and that over 7% of them, that is about 700 million, would be in need of hearing care. 2050, the world, for those of us who are alive at that time, will probably be a very different place. It is anticipated that we could travel from one end of the Earth to the other in just 4 hours by this year, and that people will live in fully sustainable underwater cities, and they will go for vacations to hotels built in space. By 2050, it is even expected that people will be able to get brain implants that allow them to remember everything they ever hear, see, or read. The field of hearing care would also have made great advances by this time. There would be even better types of implants, and maybe these implants and aids would even be redundant with regeneration of cochlear hair cells being a reality at that time. But my question to you is, what would this mean? What would this mean for this mother who sits in rural Rajasthan waiting for her child to start speaking, not knowing that he has a hearing loss? What does it mean for this grandfather who is pretending to hear what his family is discussing so as to not be left out? What does it mean for this young child whose parents have to travel a day to take her to see a doctor for her ear discharge? All the technological advances would have no impact on health unless they are accompanied by public health action. And in this case, public health action to integrate ear and hearing care as part of national health plans for universal health coverage. And when we talk about ear and hearing care, we're really talking about all strategies, all interventions that aim at prevention of hearing loss, that aim to identify it at the earliest possible, and to provide care and rehabilitation to those who are in need of it across the course of life and across the continuum of care, from the community level up to the tertiary level of care. Currently, most of the ear and hearing care services are focused at the tertiary and at times at secondary level of care. What we now understand is that integrating and providing these services at the primary level, at the community level, can actually address 60% of the need for these services. The World Report on Hearing, which WHO launched in 2021, actually outlines how this is possible through training of non-specialist health workforce in ear and hearing care, also through building capacity at the primary level, through provision of tools and resources, through application of telemedicine and use of digital technology. To facilitate such integration, the World Health Organization has launched a set of training resources for application at the community and primary level. A basic ear and hearing care resource that provides guidance to people working at the community, within the community, about how to prevent hearing loss, how to identify common ear conditions, and how to guide people to seek services and how to care for them. And today we are also launching the Primary Ear and Hearing Care Training Manual, which is a training manual intended for non-specialists to sensitize them on all of these aspects, practical aspects as to how can they work within the constraints of their resources to identify hearing loss and to manage people in an effective way and to refer those that need specialized care. Along with this, the World Health Organization is also launching a set of community resources that can be used by the healthcare providers to sensitize the community about preventing hearing loss, how to identify it within their homes, and how to apply and use certain rehabilitative procedures and processes. So the key here really is integration. These resources need to be integrated into primary care, into universal health coverage. And the need for this integration, I would like to exemplify it with the help of this iceberg. This tip of the iceberg is what we are addressing, what we are seeing. And this is actually only about 17% of the need for ear and hearing care. The wider body of this iceberg, 83% of those in need of care remains hidden from us because they do not often reach the secondary and tertiary level of care. And this need, this width or size of this iceberg is really growing. It is expanding. And it is anticipated that by the year 2050, there will be over 700 million that will be in need of these services. And so it's time that we take cognizance of this fact and we act to address this rising prevalence. In summary, ear and hearing problems are really some of the most common health conditions that are encountered in the communities, in populations. Over 60% of these can be addressed at the primary level. Integrating into primary care services, it is possible. It is possible through training and capacity building at this level. And such integration will, of course, benefit people who are in need of these services, but it will also help countries move towards attaining the goal of universal health coverage. So WHO calls upon governments, upon policymakers and civil society to improve access to ear and hearing care. To do this through integrating ear and hearing care into national plans, into policies for universal health coverage, through training healthcare providers that are working at the primary level and building capacity at this level to address these common difficulties. Also, to address it through raising awareness within the communities. So please join us in making ear and hearing care for all a reality. Thank you.